religion. We're never really.
Y'all let me know when y'all back on. Apparently we had some audio issues. Hopefully it's fixed.
Religion. We're never really known.
Everybody back on. Everybody back on. Can y'all hear me? Y'all good? Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. Drop a 1 or say you can hear me or something in the comments. Okay, cool. Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's go back to that because we was talking about the mounds, right? So all the lives I just posted, that, you know, all the time that we've been on, we figuring out that, okay, it's all a lie. So we got to break it down. So the mounds, the Mississippians are known for building these mounds and having this highly sophisticated system of religion and economic trade and, you know, resource gathering. You know, these people right here, what we're talking about, we're trying to clarify why there are people in the world, in North America, that are known as Native Americans, but look like Kodak Black. Why did that happen? We're figuring out that, okay, these are the Mississippians. They were here the whole time. They had actually the most cracking civilization on the planet Earth, okay?
Religion. We're never really known to be mound builders, so it's a mystery.
I can send you the quote from Chief Wallace of the Shawnee tribe saying they did not build these mounds. See, what's happening now is that with the implementation of NAGPRA, which is good, the Native American Grave Repatriation Act. And that's, you know, if you find skeletons, if you find remains, if you find artifact, you know, or whatever, that it's protected by the federal government, and the tribe who's assigned to that region then takes custody of those items.
Did you hear that? The tribe assigned to the region, don't matter if they even built it. It's like the United States, the federal government, they say, okay, boom, we already got a people for that. That's ours, and we're gonna put our Native American, quote unquote, Native American group right there, and that's gonna be for them. Even though they didn't build it.
The problem with that is that a lot of these mounds, the native people didn't build. We didn't build them. Our ancestors didn't build them. So we are taking responsibility for something that we didn't make, and now the historical narrative is changing. I mean, think about what better way to keep people from going into the mounds or finding, you know, 7, 8, 9 foot tall skeletons than to have a standing force of Native Americans who are going to come, and they're going to protest, and they're going to stop anything like that from happening. But that's interesting that you said that, because I'll send this to you. I'll send you an article from Indian Country Today Media Network, which is the largest and oldest Native American news source in the country. They've been around for, I think, over 40 years. But the Chief Wallace is quoted as saying that they did not build the mounds, that the Shawnee had nothing to do with the mound complex at Serpent Mound.
Okay. All right. So they just said all that, right? And they told you in the beginning that the Mississippians are not. They're not those people. It's also different from that of the well-known arts of the 19th and 20th century Native American peoples. We're talking about the Mississippians. All right? So let's go through a little bit more of some things that we got. All right? Let's just look at some of the maps. Because in order to have a good understanding of things, we need to know the maps, all right? Check this out right here. So Nova Tabula Americae. So look, this is from Barry Lawrence Ruderman, all right? Antique Maps, Inc. All right, check these people out right here. So in the early days, when they were first making maps, they would depict the people on there, the population. Who are these people? All right, and that's coming out of books like this. That's coming out of here. All right, the cartography of North America. We need to have this too. This is what we need to have, all right, where we see all the maps and the depictions and what was going on and how we interacted. Let me show you. Dig into that. Y'all see the chest plates? Y'all see the shape of that? Y'all see the head hunting right here where you beheading them? This is all Mississippian practice, war practice. Look at this right here. What do we see in here? What do we see right here in Hero Hawking open hand? Let's see. Because they talking about the Mississippian peoples, right? And they give us depictions and they show us what we need to see in order to make a decision. Let's see. Is it towards the back or the front? Let's see. 1 second. Hold on, I lost the page. Okay, here we go. So look at the brother in the back right here. All right, look, chest plates. Look, what type of headdressing is he wearing? Y'all see that? All right. The Mississippian people, you know, they had the maps already drawn up for us. We just haven't went to even look at this stuff. Let's see what we got up next. So we went through these. Check this out. This is what I wanted to show y'all too. So when we look at interaction, because we think everybody was all slaved up. Let's see. There's one real important one in here. I should have bookmarked it, but I'm gonna find it 1 second. It's critical to see this one I'm about to show. Give me 1 second. Don't tear me up in the comments. I'm trying to find this for y'all real quick. One second, let me put the camera down for y'all. Let me see if I can find this real quick. 2 hands. Boom, found it right away. 2 hands got me. So check this out, right? 1720. Okay? Check out what's going on. So here, you would think that, oh, these are slaves. These are slaves working for the white man. No, check this out. Check that out right there. You see that headset she got on? Check this out. This is hella deep. It's so deep right here. Hopewell Mounds, this is what they excavated. So never mind the mannequin. They excavated that. The same thing that she got on her head right here. But then they tell you in this book over here, slavery in Indian country. Oh, shit. Let me tell you what they said. It's crazy what they said. Hold up. Let me use 2 hands again. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm about to find this for y'all. This is a trip. Check this out. Check this out. But Natchez women, we coming out of here. We coming out of here. Slavery in Indian country, right? Check this out. Natchez women sometimes ordered their male slaves to assist in feminine tasks. Elsewhere, masters allowed male slaves into men council houses, the most masculine of village spaces, but then asked them to perform women's work, including serving food, tending to guests, and cleaning up after feasts. What? Y'all hear that? So what is she about? What she got them doing? They just said Natchez women sometimes order their male slaves to assist in feminine tasks. Whoa, and she got that on? That's crazy, yo. That's a trip that we reading that. In Natchez society, for example, men hunted and women butchered meat and dressed skins, but Natchez women sometimes ordered their male slaves. We coming out of this book right here. For that information to cross-reference with what we seeing right here and what we seeing right here. This is cross-referencing. What? And then what we see down here. Okay. That's exactly what we see. It's coming out of the mounds. They excavating this out of the mounds. Field museum. Come on. You know? Let me show y'all something else. Let me use two hands one more time. Give me 1 second. So understand that everyone is not a Mississippian. Those in Central America is not Mississippians, but when they would make maps like this, they would give an overall theme of who, what the people look like from the whole continent. The whole 2 continents. All right? You gotta understand the history, who we are, read the right materials. These are not millions of slaves coming over here from Africa. They just didn't have that type of capability. Europeans didn't have that, So when we do the cross-referencing in the real research, it's easy to find out who we are because they not hiding it. They in the college lectures talking about this. Check this out. So this is what we are not aware of. We don't know that we had a whole economic system going on here. And when the Europeans got here, they wanted to partake in that. So look, we may think that these are slaves. They might very well be, but they don't belong to him. He there getting money. He trying to get some money to take it back to wherever he from in Europe, the Netherlands or something probably. Okay, but they in Virginia because what they doing? They moving tobacco. And who had tobacco? The Mississippian had tobacco. Let me show you. The Mississippian had tobacco. He already had an industry on that. He was trading that. He was trading furs. He was trading tobacco. He was trading different plants. He was trading all type of agricultural crops. He was trading stone, precious metals. Okay? This is who we talking about. And this is in the British Museum. So they letting you know who had control of the tobacco. Now, when we go deeper into that, and we really want to find out who had the tobacco. Let's see. I mean, I'm sure they trading that right here. But let's look at some of these other images that I want for y'all. One second, y'all. here we go right here. So, rare and important William Rush carved trade figure. Okay, estimated price 75,000, 100,000. It was sold. All right. So, what does it say? The tobacconist figure of an American Indian by William Rush, 1756, 1833, possibly the earliest surviving example of a Native American as a tobacco advertisement. This is the oldest surviving example. Okay. Let's let's look at this piece right here. The man is a merchant. He grow and sell. He cures tobacco, grow, sell it, all that. Look at my man. Okay, this is tobacco. It's a tobacco merchant. This is what they depicted him as. The earliest surviving sculpture as a tobacco advertisement for a store. All right. When was it? Look at this. 17. Yo. So, like, look, check this out. We're going back into this information. Study what that did for Europe. You know, these are civilizations. This is us living here and doing things that they was not telling us that we was doing. Why is it that we so connected to this history? Let's look at this. Did y'all know about the good sister? Y'all know Henrietta Lacks, right? Y'all know that she was a tobacco farmer? Henrietta Lacks, the good sister. We didn't know that, right? We don't know our connection here. We think all these crazy stories about what they told us, but we never looked into none of the real information. Look, this is the forgotten centuries. This is what we don't know. This is our real spirituality. I'm going to get into this in another live because I ain't got that much time left. But we need to talk about a lot of stuff that the community really is just not at all dealing with. How is that even the case when the internet exists and we can really search out all the answers? You know, when we talk about slavery, we need to be talking about how that affected white people, because they were the ones that were slaved up like that. Colonists in bondage, white servitude, convict labor, 1607, 1766. Look at this. This ascension took it out. That's from the Pequot Library too. That's from the Pequot Library. I showed you what the Pequots look like. If you talk to the homie Two Hawks, he'll tell you about the Pequot and the Narragansett. But let me show you this, right? I got something else for y'all real quick. Check this out. Let's see. So, like, just to get some understanding, let me see. I got this pulled up. Like, I lost the tab. Did I lose the tab? Hold on. Okay, here we go, right here.
Go for Grubhub.
Check this out.
A year of free Grubhub Plus with Prime. I'm in.
Fast forward just a little bit. 1776, right? This is supposed to be South Carolina. 1776, when you got the colonies going against Britain, all right? But what we focusing on is what the young farmer about to say.
Lieutenant, have an attachment take our wounded to our surgeons at Winsboro.
Yes, sir.
Fire the house and box. Let it be known if you harbor the enemy.
Peep this.
Will be George, all slaves of the American colony.
Check this out.
By standing order of His Majesty King George, all slaves of the American colonies who fight for the crown will be granted their freedom without victory. Sir, we're not slaves. We work this land. Freedmen. Well, then your freedmen will have the opportunity and the privilege of...
Freedmen in 1776? Come on. This is the colonies. You understand? These are the script writers, you feel me? But the man told you he was free. He's working the land free. How is that possible? Well, because sisters like who I showed you in this book right here that had the elk horns or the stag horns on her head, he worked for her. They didn't tell you that this man lived in a plantation on property that wasn't even his. Mel Gibson, you live in somewhere that's not yours. That was already built when you got in the country. Okay? That house that you're living in. Because when we go back into slavery in Indian country, they telling you exactly what you need to know. Let's see. They telling you how lavish the Indians were. Hold on. Oh, it probably was in that section, I think. Check this out. Chiefs in particular needed extra laborers to help them maintain political power and high status, and they frequently turned to slaves to avoid overburdening their own relatives with work. Look, check this out. Among the Seminole, Chief Cowkeeper had as attendants many Yamasee captives taken by himself when young. According to Bartram, they were dressed better than he. Look, check this out. As their Mississippian ancestors had, elites such as chiefs and traders, we just saw the sister over here with all her workers, often used their slaves as personal servants. A visitor to early 18th century Creek County who called at Chief Brim's house in Coweta found he has a number of slaves who are busy night and day cooking food for those going and coming to visit him. Brims, according to this, treated his guests to fresh cuts of beef served up on silver dishes. This is the 1500s, but what we're talking about here is the 1600s. And they said as their Mississippian ancestors had. Come on. But let me finish what I was about to say. Deeply impressed, just as the chief had undoubtedly intended, the visitors concluded that Brims was a successful politician and very rich to boot. It was important to them to take care of their guests. This man, Mel Gibson, potentially was not living in the house that was his. He was living on borrowed land, okay? Because when you come in here... When you come into tobacco, let's see. When you come into the tobacco book, all right, they're going to tell you some more critical information. Did I highlight it? One second. Don't get on my head about it. I'm trying to find it. I'll have to find it later. But basically what the book is saying that they got tired of taking care of these people. And they was doing stuff to the land that they shouldn't have been doing. I'll find it, but y'all need to check this book out too, because it's telling you stuff that we just haven't dived into. You can listen to Ashra Kwesi. You could listen to Kaba Kamin or Tariq Nasheed or Dr. Ben or Chancellor Williams, whoever. None of them are diving into what we need to know about. They're saying it's okay to claim everybody else's culture. They're saying it's okay to claim Egyptian culture, Moorish history. Like, that's not okay. No other people does that. All right? The Ethiopians is not saying, y'all from the Congo, y'all dark skin too, so y'all history is our history. No. Get it together, people. We not FBA. We not Moors. We're not Negros. We're not African American. We're Mississippian. Okay? And that is Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw. Whatever your grandmama told you, your granny, your papa, your aunties, uncles, when they told you was an Indian, they was not saying that you was mixed. They were saying that you were these people. Like Henrietta Lacks, the tobacco farmer that got the immortal cells. That's what the ancestors, the old heads, was talking about. They was talking about this Indian. They wasn't talking about the Native American Indian. Okay? They was talking about this. The Mississippian. Let's see. I really hope I could, talk to one of these brothers one day, because it's a lot of information that just is not being discussed. Human Y chromosome, much older than previously thought. The discovery and UA analysis of an extremely rare African American Y chromosome pushes back the time of most recent common ancestors for the Y chromosome lineage tree to 338,000 years ago. All right. So a Y chromosome, the oldest Y chromosome that come from us, Henrietta Lacks got immortal cells. We got the oldest civilization from 10,000 BC to current day intact. We wasn't bothered by no one. We were over here developing everything that we needed to do. All right. Let's see. And it's so much more. It's really so much more that I have to tell y'all. Like, let's take a look at this one really quick. Let's take a look at this. Because the brother 19 Keys he had mentioned like the belief systems that we accept too. But please take down this website right here, because it'll give you access to these cathedral halls where they depict the continents. So they personify the continents, the four corners of the world, they say. Asia, the Americas, Africa, and Europe. All right. So we can see how they depict the four corners. Let's see here. So you see America right there, Europe. Okay. Let's see if we go to the next picture. Look at America right here. Let's wait till it pop up. Look, we're going over this information. But this is America right here. Feathered crown, okay? Signature to the Americas. All right? This is 1562. Okay? This is how they depict in the Americas. Now, listen, look at the write-up. Okay, Marion Romberg. Now, this right here is in German. All right? That's in German. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. All right? Copy that real quick. But y'all saw what America looked like. America got the crucifix in his hand, in her hand. Pearls, just like she normally does. Okay? Now what we're going to do is go to Google Translate. Google, let's see, Google Translate. Now, German. Let's pick German. We're going to paste this. Translation. Y'all saw what I did, right? I just copy and pasted. I didn't write nothing. Allegorical sculptures freely attached to the corners of the pulpit. All right, here it is. America is a dark-skinned figure dressed in a feathered skirt and a feathered crown. In her hands, she holds a crucifix, which can be read as a reference to America's special position as the continent that was last evangelized. Last evangelized. Look, the allegory of Africa follows. Like America, she wears a feathered skirt and feathered hairdresses. And feathered hairdress. In her hand, she holds a large rosary. So, just like America, right? All right. But America is for show America. Like, you cannot, like, look, this is who we're talking about. She holds a crucifix. She's not holding a rosary. She's not holding a rosary. All right. This is America. Before evangelized. Before we was evangelized. So when we come back, when I get back on live, we gonna go into what the Mississippians, us, was really practicing, our real spiritual belief system. We don't know. We're gonna get into this because this right here is so powerful. Right here, man. This history right here has not been talked about. I've been looking at Son Netta for the last 10 years and all the scholars that supposedly came through his platform, you know, all those different people. They never talked and dived into this. They never talked about Morningstar. All right? But we're going to get into this, though. I just wanted to drop that on y'all. I got to get out of here. If y'all appreciate this type of stuff, you know, comment, like, share it out. But I'm going to get back on here. We got a lot to talk about because we got to keep these fools accountable. Like, they really not being accountable. You're not really doing the research, the studying. You're not showing me the real books. And you're not telling me where you derive your conclusions from. I mean, that's the problem. You're making conclusions before we even know the full story. You don't even know the full story. We don't even know none of this shit was happening. We just heard about it. And, oh, yeah, we still focus on being slaves. You was not the slaves. You wasn't slaved up like that. But I'm going to holler at y'all. I hope y'all appreciated it. I'm going to start trying to do this a lot more. But